criminal background checked, and they were mobilized in almost all the affected local governments and even the neighboring non-affected, indirectly affected local governments from the state. And they were trained by the joint coordination of the police, the military, the DSS, the civil defense, all the securities, the joint security operatives. They gave them operational training. They were given arms and so on in order to support, to complement the effort of the federal government. Is working very hard, working together with the security operatives on ground. Fortunately and unfortunately, what is really touching is the fact that the information we generated, the intelligence I generated, which I have evidence, practical evidence and touchable evidences that can be seen and can be touched, is the fact that the security operatives who are supposed to lead, whatever, no matter how difficult it is, you cannot depend the fact that information was provided more than 6 hours before the attack. So even no matter how difficult it is, if they cannot be crossed through the Karfi, Ngoma, then the other side of the local government, through Gora, Ruansanyi and other places, through the Burdigao down to the Ngwomanto, can be utilized. And at the same time, the use of jets, the fighter jets, which is really scaring the bandits. And then at the same time, like I mentioned, I'm very happy, and I really commend the commissioner for mentioning those who are behind the attacks. And he made mention they are indigents of Kankara, they are citizens of Faskari. Faskari is a local government in Katsina State. And the community where they are hiding, where they are, is not a difficult community that cannot be reached. Okay. So they are not in any thick hideout where they cannot be reached. In the last 12 years or more than that, we have been suffering. We are just tired of what is happening. Okay. There should be either negligence, either sabotage, either internal sabotage, or even the community also need to check themselves. Because security
I'll have to stop you here, Dr.
Everybody's responsibility.
Thank you very much, Dr.
You need the government, the security agency, and the community. We must collaborate together in order to fight this.
Thank you very much, Dr. Getso. So I'll go back to Dr. Muazu. Dr. Muazu, you just mentioned that the names of people that are behind this attack. Of course, you seem to know, most of them. So what is the state doing to, fish out these persons and ensure that these kinds of attack is put is nipped in the bud?
Okay, if I can get to very early, asking me what the state government is doing since the people are known, the bandits are known. Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Okay, fine. You see, one of the difficult things that in this banditry business is the fact that many people are involved into it. And also, in most cases, the informer that used to collect intelligence from the people used to help in abating and aiding these banditry activities. Now, whenever there is any deployment of the security agencies, before we get to the place, people would inform the bandit that security agencies are coming. You see, I've been arguing that this is a community-driven crisis. So since you cannot separate the informers from the larger, populace, it is always very difficult. It is only in a situation whereby we are lucky to get, one or two of them, then they will divulge information to get the other thing. And we have been trying our best. In fact, that is what is even reducing the rate at which bandits are attacking, because of the fact that we are trying to fish out the informers. But it's a very difficult task because you have, many people that you don't know what they are doing. So we are trying our best, and the Community Watch Co. and the other security agencies are putting in their best to be able to fish out those criminals that are aiding the criminality in the state. Secondly, and more importantly, some people feel that this criminality is they have long relationship with the bandits or with the Fulanis and those who are into these crimes. So separating them is always very difficult. In fact, you have to use other, community approach to see how you can be able to deal with the situation. But we are trying our best.
Dr. Muazu. Now, Dr. Getso, he has mentioned that the state government is doing something, but however, the problem seems to be a little bit overwhelming here from what he had just mentioned. So, from your own security, experience, tell us what strategy should they adopt?
Well, the strategy they should adopt is what they have started, using a community-driven approach. But the strategy being utilized now is probably not really enough, even though they are doing their best. Like I mentioned earlier, I commend each and everybody among the stakeholders, key players in the security arena at the state level. But at the macro level, there is either some people who are not being held accountable based on the responsibilities given to them. The divisional police officer of Malimpashi, the area commander of Malimpashi, the unit commander of the military in Malimpashi, the unit commander of the military in Kankara, as well as the other unit commanders and other security agencies, the local security officer, the civil defense commander, as well as even the immigration, even the custom that were available, because they're supposed to be working harmoniously in coordination and in partnership to ensure that they provided needed support. That is one, which is commendable. The second is the state government should use community-driven approach. If I could suggest, they should nominate more in collaboration and partnership with the federal government, either through allowances, to engage the youth between the age of 17 to the age of 22 up to 25 or thereby, and build their capacity on information generation, intelligence management, some of the tactical operation, and to have a kind of a training by the police, training by the DSS, training even by the military. At least if you can mobilize 10 per polling unit. If you have 10 polling units in one political ward, it will give you 100 number. 100 number is a complementary to the total number of police that you have. And if you have 10 political wards in Malimpashi local government or 11, if it is 10, 100 times 10, from each political ward you have 100 youths. And those youths are there, and they are willing, because they are not interested in migrating to rural, to urban communities in search of livelihood. Because Malimpashi have very rich fertile land. There are a lot of opportunities for both irrigation and raining, as well as other small-scale businesses, which they can do. So they are not interested in flying all over places of Abuja. So I think if you can have the total number of 100 times 10 political work, you will have 1,000. So if you can have them, give them the necessary training and avail them the necessary local matches and dongon and other things, you can be able to remobilize and build their capacity and build their trust to serve. Because these things are happening because of institutional failures. It is very clear. It's institutional failure. We have to check our institutions. We have to check those who are given responsibility. Why are they not being accounted for the responsibilities being given? Why do we have a divisional officer in Malimpashi? Why do we have a military formation in Malimpashi? Why do we have the DSS formation in Malimpashi? Why do we have custom and immigration and the rest of them in Malimpashi? What are they there for? They should be there to safeguard, to support the Katsina State communities, the Katsina State government effort, and the Malimpashi community effort in order to outline and identify and fish out these numbered criminals. The Honorable Commissioner had mentioned, how many are they? The total number of the Kingfield leaders. And how many are their boys? And what is the total population of Kankara? What is the total population of Malimpashi? What is the total population of Matazu? What is the total? Matazu, Musa local government, our two ministers, Hadiza Bala Osman, who is another senior person in the federal government, as well as Hanetu Musa, they came from this local government. They should do everything possible to recollaborate, to reparty, to do everything to support the government effort in order to strengthen the community-driven approach as a strategy towards enhancing, and at the same time, the federal government, there must be a kind of synchronized approach between the federal government, the state, the local government, and the community. So for it to be community-driven, community-initiated, community-driven, community-owned, and community-sustained. If we can have this strategy put in place, there are many other things which I will not discuss in the public.
Thank you
but
very
I know
much.
the state government will continue to work as closely as possible to provide needed support to ensure that these guys are fished out and dealt with accordingly. We are tired of allowing our people being killed like ants.
Thank you very much. Now, Dr. Muazu, we just want to get your, your closing thought, about this whole issue. What sort of support would you, is the state government, does the state government need from the federal government for this problem to be addressed? Just 30 seconds.
Okay, very fine. You see, since it has been accepted that this is a community-driven crisis that requires community-driven approach, there is a need for the federal government to understand that, the firepower of our community watch code need to be enhanced. Also, air interdiction is key if we want to get this problem solved. More importantly, there is a need to also, have more security personnel that will be able to meet up with the, demand, because we have so many local governments, into this crisis. Even though we have tried, we have, succeeded in insulating some of the local government from the shackles of the bandits.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nasiru Muazu, the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Katsina State. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And also we have Dr. Yahuza Getso. He's a security and intelligence and investigation expert. Thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for having me. It's been a great pleasure and always welcome.
Thank you for being part of the program. I'm Ikaria Clinton. Goodbye.